Happy Tuesday! Keegan Murray finally breaks the streak. We got a huge NBA slate today. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are back to talk some more NBA basketball, baby. That's right. Yesterday we had a really bad beat and then followed by a really easy winner. So it's one of those days, but we'll talk about the bets recap in just a little bit. Yesterday was another example. I mentioned this many times. I mentioned it when we're on hot streaks, cold streaks. It does not matter to me where I hope that you get more out of my videos than just a few best bets. I know there's some videos where that's just what their main focus is. For us, there are bets to get everywhere. The bets research gives you bets. If you followed Jalen Brunson in those stats yesterday, he went over the points and assists, so that was a nice winner. I also mentioned Scotty Barnes. I made a little half unit on his double double. But if I also said sprinkle maybe a little on his triple double for plus 800, that one hit as well. It's not just about the exact unit count on the bets recap. I know some of you guys out there in the comments are kind of obsessed with that, but this video is there to help you. So just make sure you guys, if you can listen to the whole video, hopefully it really helps you because my goal is to help you guys, not just give you a few bets like I've mentioned over and over before. I just want to reiterate that. But I know some of you that have mentioned comments below that you guys are getting some winners other ways as well. So, anyways, I just wanted to go on a little rant there, just to let you guys know because it's going to be the same for baseball coming up. I'm going to give you a lot of good hitter matchups, pitcher matchups, all these different things to help you with your own bets because that is the point of this channel. So, anyways, it's Tuesday. So it's NBA Tuesday talk time, baby. That's right. I have one question for you. Here we go. And thank you guys for participating every Tuesday. It's been a lot of fun. But here we go. If you were the NBA commissioner and could change one thing about the NBA, what would you change? It is a big question because there's probably a lot that you would want to change. But I just mentioned two quick ones that I thought of. I'm gonna think over it overnight. Probably have some more, but maybe just call traveling every once in a while. But for me, no more ticky tack hand checks and all that. I like the physical basketball that we had back in the '90s and before that. So that would be a lot of fun to see where strength actually matters a little bit in the NBA. That would be pretty nice. But anyways, just a couple of minor things well, that's not that minor. But anyways, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I know some of you guys are just gonna say, please just stop blowing out the other team because that's what every night it seems to be. But anyways, a reminder: two videos coming out. The golf video for the Cognizant Classic. That's right. It used to be the Honda Classic for at the PGA National. That will be out late Wednesday night. And then our first baseball MLB season preview and futures bets video will be out later this week. We are jacked up, ready to talk some baseball. That video will be previewing the American League, and then National League will be out not too long after that. So I'm excited about it. But before we get started, I took a day off. I'm sorry. We got to get some dad jokes in here. So I got three of them for you. Here we go. All right. Got my dad joke hat on. I found out my girlfriend's a ghost. I've had my suspicions since you walked through the door. That's a pretty good one. Next one. I got hit in the head with a can of soda. Luckily, it was a soft drink. Not too bad. And then the third one. This one might be the best. I'm not sure. I can't tell, but here we go. I had a brief relationship with a girl who worked at a camera factory. It never developed. Leave a comment. Let me know your best one that you have, and leave your own. I love to see dad jokes in the comments. It's a lot of fun. So, but in this video, it's gonna be the same. We got bets recap, and then it is shooting guard day, talking defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the shooting guard position. And then, of course, I'm going to give you some best bets, and we'll wrap it up with the bets recap. So hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we can get this video. Let's see if we can reach 500 likes. That would be awesome. Appreciate the support day in and day out from a lot of you. Leave a comment below just to say hi and to tell me what you would change in the NBA for that Tuesday talk sesh. And then hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We got a great community here, about a year and a half into the channel, and trying to reach our first 21,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Let's keep it rolling, and it starts with the bets recap. All right, this first one absolutely killed me, especially with the roll we've been going on. We got hooked for the fourth time in our last 9 bets. I was so ready to root this or to cheer this on and just be absolutely ecstatic that we finally got a winner. Vince Williams, 4 assists at halftime. and he ends with 5 and leaves 3 minutes left in the third quarter and never comes back again. This guy's been playing well over 30 minutes a game. He didn't even get close to 30 minutes this game. It was a blowout in a 1 point spread type of game. Like, you just can't make this up. He ended one short because he just didn't play. I mean, obviously, if he plays 25, 26 minutes, I would never make this bet, but it is what it is. Jalen Brunson, easy. I mean, he scores in the mid 30s, I think. Next one, the man who broke the streak, freaking finally, Keegan Murray over 13.5 points, cashed it with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Which, by the way, before the game, someone in Discord said you were going to cash this bet with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. No joke. It was before the game tipped off, right before, and sure enough, he comes in, hits a three with like six, I don't know, 15 left in the second quarter. It was wild, but either way, we got a freaking winner. I took a chance on a long shot play of the day. And it came close. It sure did. It was only half unit play, but plus 394. Precious Achua got 10 or more rebounds. Scotty Barnes got a triple double, like we've talked about. Not just a double double, a triple double. So for those of you that actually bet that one, congrats. That was a huge winner. But Precious Achua, I think he ended with 4 points. He just didn't score. He just didn't shoot a lot, didn't score. Otherwise, that would have been a beautiful winner. But anyways, I like the read, half unit, big plus 394 bet. So 1-on-1 bet, a 1-on-1 day on the 1 units, 1 and 2 overall. Overall record 137 and 131, up 3.51 units. I'm ready to get rolling again. That Keegan Murray one hopefully open the floodgates and let's get some winners. But before we get to the bets that we have for today, let's talk the shooting guard position. All right, we start with the points per game. Defense is giving up the most points to the shooting guard position, and we got some colors going on today. We have the Hawks playing Colin Sexton and the Utah Jazz. Hawks giving up over 25 points per game. Sexton averaging 19 points per game. This is all last 30 days right now. And then Spurs taking on the Ant Man, Anthony Edwards and the T Wolves. Great matchup for him. And then we got the Mavericks hosting or not hosting, playing in Cleveland against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers at 29.3 points per game. Mitchell, obviously, his usage and stuff is going down a little bit because you got Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, we're starting to play big minutes again. But, anyways, those are the points per game. Take a screenshot. Hopefully, this helps you get some winners. Like I said, yesterday, Jalen Brunson was on this sheet for points, for assists with good matchups, and he went over pretty easily. So, let's go over to the rebounds now, and we got the Washington Harry Potters giving up 8.08 rebounds to the shooting guard position, playing the shooting guard, getting the most rebounds per game in the NBA the last 30 days. B Pods at 7.1 per game for the Warriors. And then we got the Mavericks down there. You see two arrows. Karis LeVert, I know, plays some shooting guard, and then obviously you got Donovan Mitchell. So both of them technically have a good matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. And then Houston Rockets playing Josh Giddey of the Thunder, averaging almost 6 rebounds per game. So those are the matchups today. Take a screenshot and let's go check out the assists. This is absolutely bonkers, guys. I get it. The arrows are flying everywhere. Hopefully, you guys can still read it. We could have done maybe without the arrows. I don't know. But either way, you can still tell who they're matching up with. We got colors, we got arrows. But Spurs are giving up the second most, playing Anthony Edwards, obviously, like we talked about. Ant has been up here a couple times. Dallas Mavericks again against Donovan Mitchell over there, and also Karis LeVert down there at number 8 as well. And then the Atlanta Hawks against Sexton. So you've seen a couple of these players up here a few times, not just once, obviously. And then we got the Miami Heat facing Anthony Simons of the Portland Trailblazers at 5.6 assists per game. And then the Washington Wizards, of course, like we know, against B Pods of the Warriors at 5.9. So those are the matchups for the assists. There's a lot going on. I get that. But hopefully some of these get you guys some winners because I know there are some winners in there. That's for sure. But, anyways, that's the points, rebounds, and assists given up to the shooting guard position in the last 30 days. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, our best bets segment of the show is brought to you by our new sponsor, Better Bets. That's BTR Bets. It is the best place to find, track, analyze, and share bets. If you are someone that wants to track all your bets and keep it all in one spot, connected to all the sports books, this thing is freaking awesome. You guys got to check it out. The link is below, like I mentioned yesterday, and we're going to have a little video more about it later this week. But let's get into the bets, and bet number one is a teaser. That's right, baby. Here we go. 5 point teaser. Give me the Warriors minus 5.5 and the Thunder minus 5 And like I mentioned before, FanDuel is the best for these NBA teasers. You get this at plus 100 on FanDuel. So teaser means you take the number and you take it 5 points in your favor. So Warriors minus 10.5 down to minus 5.5. This Warriors team is absolutely rolling. I mean, they are rolling. They just lost to the Nuggets. I get that. But I'm going to say this also, the Nuggets look like a team that are just making a playoff push and starting to play like champions again. We'll see. It's only been a few games since the All-Star break. But anyways, let's back to the Warriors. They have been so good. The last 10 games, first of all, they're 8-2. 6 of those 8 wins have been by 11 or more points. Here's what they've done. They're all around right now. Steve Kerr's doing a hell of a job. Fifth best defensive rating. They now face the 30th ranked team in offensive rating in the Wizards. I mean, it is just not going to be pretty for them. The Warriors are also seventh best offensive rating in the last 10 games, the second highest rebounding percentage, and they are now facing the Wizards, who have the second lowest rebounding percentage in the last 10 games. They should dominate them. They are holding opponents to the fifth lowest 3-point percentage at 32.5%. And if you haven't watched their games, you should, because Clay coming off the bench seems to be a little bit better. I don't know if it's less pressure on him, better matchups with second teams, things like that. Either way, Clay's playing better. This team is playing better. They're starting to really mesh. They got a good rotation now. Kaminga, B Pod's helping out, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, they've been playing awesome, and they're playing the Wizards, who have been the exact opposite. They are on 11 game losing streak. They've lost 10 of their last 11 games by 6 or more points, and that's all we need is a 6 point win here. Um, to be honest, you guys know these two teams. There's not much more to be said than what I said, except for if you're looking for other little bets. Jonathan Kaminga over 2.5 assists is something I've tracked for, I don't know, like a week now. He's just been consistently doing it. Any over bets are scary because I think the Warriors might just blow them out. But over 2.5 assists, just been crushing this line, like I said, and that's just another option. So obviously, you got Steph Curry should light him up as well. But anyways, the first leg of this teaser is the Warriors minus 5.5. Second leg, the Oklahoma City Sonics minus 5.5. I mean, these two teams just played 2 days ago. I know it's kind of tricky when you do that. I don't even care. I just don't. The Thunder won by 13 in Houston. The Rockets played pretty well, actually, in that game, honestly. The Thunder just had a huge fourth quarter and ended up still winning by 13. Thunder on a 5 game winning streak, and that includes wins over the Kings, Magic, Clippers, and this Rockets team. Let's talk. I mean, the only real advantage when you look at these two teams that the Rockets are going to have that most teams have against the Thunder, and that's rebounding. I mean, the Rockets are the fourth best rebounding team to the 27th best. The Thunder don't want to rebound. Has it really affected them? Not really. They're playing really good basketball right now. But this Rockets team they're just struggle. They struggle on the road, especially offensively, scoring the ninth fewest points on the road, and they are also this is the crazy part right here, the matchup of matchups in just the numbers. Rockets are the worst road ATS team in the NBA. They are 9, 17, and 1 against the spread on the road. And who are they playing? The number one home against the spread team in the NBA, in the Thunder. I mean, it is just the worst versus the best in this situation. That's against the spread. So technically that's against the minus 10 in this game right now. I only have -5. I mean, that's what I got. So I just need a 6 point win by the Thunder. I don't think it's that big of a deal at home. I think they should just roll in this one. I like SGA. I like Jalen Williams to have a good game, and I think they cruised yet another victory. As I'm losing my voice late at night, but give me the Warriors to win by 6 or more, as well as the Thunder to win by 6 or more as my first best bet and the teaser of the day. And let's move on to bet number two. All right, my second bet takes us out to Cleveland. We got the Cavaliers hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Cavs -4. Total in this game is 233. Let's talk against the spread numbers real quick. We got the Mavericks 30 and 27 against the spread, 16 and 10 ATS on the road. Cavs 28, 26 and 2 against the spread, 13, 14 and 1 ATS at home. Over under Mavericks 29, 27 and 1 to the under, and the Cavs 31, 24 and 1 to the under. So two under teams. But if I had to pick a side here, it's a tough call. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a competitive game, which is why I don't mind taking an over player prop that I'm going to take. My best bet, give me Evan Mobley over 22 and a half points plus rebounds at -120 on DraftKings. I almost went with the points, rebounds, and assists, which is 24 and a half. He needs three. Based on what he's been doing lately, three is maybe a max. He's had one game where he had more than that, but I just like the points plus rebounds more. He's gone over this in 8 of his last 10 games. He's back to getting around 28 to 32 minutes per game, and he has an incredible matchup. He is facing the Dallas Mavericks, who are allowing the seventh most points and the 10th most rebounds to the power forward position. I mean, it makes sense. They haven't dominated against the power forward position all year, and then they traded for PJ Washington, the old wily veteran. In Mobley's 3 games against PJ Washington, just in his career, 30, 34, and 44 PRA. So he has played well against them. If you watch PJ Washington and you watch Mobley, PJ can't stop him. There's just no stopping him. And this whole Dallas Mavericks front court is not exactly full of a bunch of guys that are just going to shut down a guy like Evan Mobley. So in the last 6 games, he is averaging 13 and a half rebound chances per game. I use 6 games because that's when he started getting back to his normal minutes, about 27 or more minutes per game. It wasn't just some random number to help my line or anything. It's just when he started getting back to that. But I think it's a huge smash spot. I can't even talk. Against this Mavs front court, honestly, I can see like a 17 and 10 kind of line, which leads me to my next part. I don't mind a little sprinkle on his double double as well. That's like plus 180, plus 185. Just an option. I haven't bet it yet. I'm gonna look more into it and see if I want to, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if he puts up a 17 and 10, 17 and 11 type of line. So my second best bet is Evan Mobley over 22 and a half points plus rebounds. And before we get into that third best bet, let's talk some BetMGM. All right, if you have not taken advantage, we have an incredible deal with BetMGM right now where you bet $5 and you get $150 in bonus bets. It's a great deal. Whether you win or lose, it doesn't even matter. All you have to do is click that link below, set up your account, does not take long at all. Deposit 10 bucks, but all you need to do is bet 5 bucks. Win or lose, you get $150 in bonus bets. It's a great deal, limited time only, so be sure to jump on that if you live in a legal state. And this is all thanks to our partnership with Odd Shopper. So that's a little BetMGM. You must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the bets. All right, my third best bet takes us out to Milwaukee. We got the Bucks hosting the Charlotte Hornets. Bucks minus 13 and a half. Total in this game 222 and a half. I'm not going to go over ATS numbers or total numbers because these two teams are completely different right now. I'm going to go right into my best bet. It is the under 222 and a half at minus 110 on pretty much every sports book. First of all, it feels really weird taking under in a Hornets and Bucks game because earlier this year, these are probably two of the worst defenses in the NBA. But in the words of Michael Scott of The Office, well, 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 how the turntables have. If you watch The Office, you just get it. But these two teams have played unbelievable defensively lately. I'm going to give you some numbers that might just blow your mind. In the last 7 games, the Hornets, the Charlotte freaking Hornets, the number one defensive rating team in the NBA. No joke. And it's not a coincidence. They got Grant Williams over in a trade. Cody Martin's playing more minutes and is back finally from being injured for what seems like forever. Two good defenders. Grant Williams has been a part of a lot of good defenses because he communicates, he plays hard. When you watch him play, he's not just a guy that shoots threes and nothing else. Cody Martin, he's not a huge guy, but he does play really good defense. You just saw it on Anthony Simons. And they're defending the paint much better with Nick Richards down low, playing pretty well for a youngster. And what we don't know a lot about Nick Richards. We don't think that highly of him, but lately he is protecting the paint pretty well. The Charlotte Hornets, my goodness, held the Blazers to 80. I know it's the Blazers, but it's still 80. Other teams aren't holding them to 80. Warriors, they held to 97 points. The Hawks to 99. That's a fast-paced team. The Pacers, to have one of the best offenses in the NBA, they held them to 102 points. I mean, guys, there was a time in that Blazers Hornets game where they held the Blazers to 0 points in almost 6 minutes of the second quarter. It was absolutely bonkers. Their defensive turnaround, part of that is because Mr. LaMelo Ball. That's right. The Hornets are ballless, and it is a good thing because LaMelo Ball is a guy who does not care about defense and just doesn't care about trying hard in general. So that's been huge. I don't know how he's gonna make it when he comes back on the team and has to play defense with these guys, but this is like their identity now. The coaches came out and said it. Grant Williams, all these guys are taking pride in their defense. They're playing very hard. And also to help with this under, they're middle of the pace in the middle of the pack in pace right now, so they're not playing super fast. And part of that's without Lamelo. and their offensive rating is just average to below average. More, it's closer to below average right now as well. So that also helps an under. So the Hornets are playing much different right now. In case you have not watched them with Trey Mann, Miles Bridges, Grant Williams, Nick Richards, all these guys. Cody Martin has been a huge piece of that. Now let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks for a second. They're starting to show some signs of life a little bit. We will see how long that lasts, especially defensively. The last 7 games, and I'm saying 7 because, guys, the Bucks first of all have a new coach, made adjustments, All Star break, just doing things differently. The Hornets, a completely new team, so this is why this is more like what we're going to see. But the Bucks have the fifth best defensive rating in the last 7 games. That's right; these two teams are top 5 in defensive rating. Bucks are now 20th in pace. They played a lot faster earlier this season, but they are now 20th in pace the last 7 games. They're slowing it down, playing a little bit better defense. And obviously, pace is huge when you're taking under. You want to see these two teams go under a little bit more. So this Bucks team is starting to play better defensively, just like the Hornets are. It is absolutely wild. I can't even believe I'm saying it. But I mean, guys, the number one team in the NBA giving up the least amount of points the last 7 games, the Charlotte Hornets, 101.6. Bucks giving up the fifth least amount of points the last 7 games at 107. It is wild. I expect a slug it out game. If you saw that Warriors Hornets game, not one team reached 100. I mean, it is what it is. There's a ton of missed shots, a lot of contested shots. Obviously, in a game like this, if some guys get hot, then the under can be in trouble. So, but I'm just going to go with the numbers and how these two teams are playing right now. I don't think it's a fluke, especially the Hornets. When you play really hard and you actually care about defense, you can play defense. There's a lot of players and teams in this league, I believe, that can play good defense if they care enough. Most teams don't care. The Hornets right now, a bunch of young guys who are playing hard for their coach. So, anyways, give me the under 222.5. I almost went with the Bucks under team total of 118.5. But I'm just going to go with the under in the total and just trust both defenses and how they've been playing. Obviously, hopefully Lillard doesn't go off for 50 and hit half court shots everywhere and things like that. But anyways, that's my third and final bet, the under 222.5. If I have a long shot play of the day or any added bets, they will be in the pinned comments below in the morning or afternoon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But that's what I got for you. Let's check out the bets recap. All right, we got the teaser Warriors -5.5 and the Thunder -5 at +100 on FanDuel. And then Evan Mobley over 22.5 points plus rebounds at -125. And then we end it with that bet we just talked about, the under 222.5 in the Hornets and Bucks game at -110. Those are the three best bets. I more than likely will have another added play. If I find a good long shot play of the day, I will reach out or I'll put that in the pinned comments. All those picks will be out in Discord and also X. So let's get back on track. Let's get a hot streak going. I appreciate all the support day in and day out. It means a lot to me. But I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. We'll talk to you soon.